Look, Mom, I'm famous. Recently, after a pretty bad community post that wasn't fooling anybody, RedGalaxy realized that he can do more damage to someone's reputation by making a video about them. I am all for deserved callouts, but this one, as I will explain in this video, is not deserved and is full of life. This video is bad, which surprises me because I saw other RedGalaxy callouts and I thought they were good. Him making such a bad video full of lies puts a stain on his reputation and makes me wonder if other videos he made are also manipulated and full of lies. I regret not recording my first reaction to this video because on one of his accusations, on which he didn't say allegedly, so it must mean it's true, I actually burst out laughing. The intention of this video is very clear from the start to ruin my reputation. Now, oddly enough, it also helped. I gained subscribers on both my Hector Brute account and on NCS Extras, so thanks RedGalaxy, very cool. Now let me split his video into multiple parts and debunk 90% on what he threw at me. Now, I want to start from the beginning, but so you can truly understand the hypocrisy of this video, I have to start from the 3rd minute and 18-second mark. Don't worry, we will go back to the beginning. Roll the clip.
And you know how Risya also commented under that post of mine. Well, Quippo's response was, "You abuse your abilities as a big ranker to silence small rankers." Yeah, okay, but where's proof of that actually happening, you Seppico meat rider?
Ignoring the pointless insult that shows the level of maturity of this individual, here I accuse Risya of abusing his power to silence smaller creators he, NCD or RedGalaxy don't like. RedGalaxy then states, "Where is the proof of that?" Which is true. I don't know how this guy wants me to show proof in a YouTube comment section, but to an extent he's right. I have shown zero proof that Risya does abuse his power. Don't worry, I will do that later in the video though. So, this sets a precedent. To accuse someone of something, you have to show proof, right? Let's see how RedGalaxy does that in this video.
If you've read yesterday's post or in the M2K record server or something like that, you already know about Quippo, aka Hector Root, aka NCS Extras.
He still won't admit that he's not the good guy and or hero he thinks he is.
First things first, no proof that I ever called myself a hero. Also no proof that I ever called myself a good guy. We are already 17 seconds into this video and he just did the thing that he criticized me of doing, accusing with no proof. Hopefully this won't be a pattern. Second thing second, there is no proof shown that I call myself a hero, because I never called myself a hero. I also don't recall ever calling myself a good guy, but it sounds like something I would do, so I'm not going to attack that point.
In this video, I'll explain once again why he's a manipulative and two-sided person who supports some of the biggest villains in the NCS rank community. Alright people, what's up today? Quippo, the biggest manipulator in the community, managed to brainwash another ranker to pull under his schemes, and he overall, when it comes to that, is a very unpredictable guy.
I am very flattered to be held at such high standards. The biggest is not something that easy to achieve. First of all, no proof that I brainwashed anyone. Again, Mr. RedGalaxy is very good at doing the exact same thing he accused me of doing. Second of all, even though he doesn't want to say who he's talking about, I will. He's talking about ImSLKR. And the claim that I brainwash him into hating on NCD. The funny thing here is that I didn't even reach out to SilentKiller. He reached out to me. Here is a key difference between me and NCD. I don't want to drag people into drama between me and him. He does. That's why Risya and RedGalaxy got involved. SilentKiller reached out to me after seeing how NCD was acting in the Can't Escape server. And after talking with him over the past few days, he said that he doesn't want to get involved, but he's on my side since NCD is going way too far. Never have I told him to cut ties with NCD. In fact, I never told anyone to cut ties with NCD. Not even RedGalaxy, how he will later claim in the video.
Because we don't know who he attempts to brainwash next.
Again, 3rd time so far, say with me, no proof shown on video! I would like to see any proof that I ever tried to brainwash anybody, apart from the very bad one that will appear later. But I guess that's subjective. For me, brainwashing, in this case, is when you try to get someone to be against somebody else by manipulating facts or straight up lying, like what RedGalaxy is doing right now with this video. But I guess for them, brainwashing is telling people someone's actual wrongdoings.
Well, he already tried to manipulate me to believe that NCD is a very bad person who dogs 2 people and keeps bullying others. His words, not mine.
Finally! RedGalaxy has finally shown any kind of proof for one of his claims. Can he keep it up though? This is how you can tell this video is only intended to hurt my reputation. In the GFA video, for example, he's shown way more proof than in this one. Now, claiming that I tried to manipulate him, and he shows a screenshot where I show a screenshot where NCD has as a display name my real name, which is private knowledge. This is doxing. No matter how many excuses RedGalaxy tries to find, the reveal of personal private information is doxing. Now, because I didn't want RedGalaxy to also have my real name, I told him that that's actually my fake name, even though it isn't. And he instantly found an excuse: if it isn't your real name, then it isn't doxing. Yeah, but NCD thinks it's my real name. That's why he keeps doxing it. Even if the information you tried to dox was false, it is still doxing. Now, in the second screenshot, I must admit, I was also wrong. Since NCD didn't dox two people, he only doxed once. My bad. I apologize. Apart from my real name, the second doxing I was talking about was an email address of a 12-year-old kid. Now, apparently, NCD made it up, and it wasn't his actual email address. NCD, however, never told me that the email address was fake, despite having multiple tags on the subject of the NCD doc. Thus, I had no way of knowing if the email address was made up. Him doxing a real email address is an out of character for him. He told me multiple times that when we were friends that he wants to send malware to Joch, which is an insane thing to do for internet beef.
Which weren't even their real names or email addresses, by the way, and I mean NCD, did that to people like GFI Flop and Algiman, who both caused drama.
So here I am confused. Does RedGalaxy claim that if a guy starts drama, it is justified to bully, dox, and send death threats to him? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
I wasn't the only one who tried to brainwash. Others, heck even big rankers, were too. Some believed it, some did not, and the ones who didn't were called NCD meat riders.
Again, he claims that I brainwash Silent Killer, but he uses rankers in a plural form, which is false. Not only have I never tried to brainwash anybody, I also only talked with Silent Killer about this entire thing. But then, you can't make this stuff up. As proof that I did this to somebody else apart from him, he shows the message I sent to him. So not even he has any clue what he's talking about. He claims I called multiple people NCD dick suckers. I only did this to him, because only he eats up everything NCD is telling him without thinking for himself first. He told me he wants proof of what NCD did. I showed him proof and he found excuses. I tried to debunk those excuses and he replied with cap. So I stopped trying.
What I think Quipple thinks afterwards is that everyone supporting NCD is supporting a doxer, bully, and horrible person overall.
Yes, if you support NCD, you support what he is doing. That's the reason so many people cut ties with NCD without my input. And the reason NCD has only two supporters right now, Risya and RedGalaxy. Now, next up, this is the part that made me burst out laughing.
Now let's think for a second. Who supports people like Zapical, aka Savian, and GFI Flop, the former being a future doxer, and the one sending death threat after death threat, and also being one of the most immature and crazy persons in the whole community, and the latter also being another troublemaker and manipulator in this community, still annoying people in the DMs, still bashing others' opinions, still spreading bullcrap, still allowing people to suck dick. This is also known for being extremely racist. Even one of my friends were absolutely destroyed with some of the weirdest shit I've ever read in my life, and he's still rating others with disabilities and excuse for wrongdoings. Yes, Quippo supports him, and he also supports Joe, currently Adrian GD on Discord, and we all know what he did.
First of all, it's been a long time since we did this. Let's play Where is the Proof? Oh no! I can't find it anywhere! This is the funniest shit I ever had to listen to, and the exact thing that I knew if I make a response video, I win. RedGalaxy has accused me so far of brainwashing and manipulating. Keep that in mind when I tell you that I never supported Zapico, nor GFA, and especially not Joch. This was an attempt by RedGalaxy to brainwash the audience to think I am a bad guy. I know it was an attempt to brainwash because RedGalaxy is in the fucking Discord server in which you can clearly see that I do not support any of the mentioned people. Who is brainwashing who? Who is brainwashing who? How the fuck did RedGalaxy think he can lie like that? No, seriously, I know you're watching this video. What were you expecting? To not respond? This, like the others, is an attempt to silence me. To make people hate me. Because I disagree with the actions of NCD. Here is where the line gets blurry though. If RedGalaxy did this video by himself, then he is a manipulator, liar, brainwasher, etc. etc. If NCD told him to lie about me, then NCD is the manipulator, liar, brainwasher, etc. etc. But if the latter is the case, then it literally proves my point that NCT doesn't consider these people his friends. He considers them his pawns, which is the exact thing I warned RedGalaxy about. Here is the thing though. NCT is not credited with helping on this video, which implies that RedGalaxy chose to lie by himself, without being manipulated, which is fucking wild. Here is the problem with the monopoly. RedGalaxy is the only drama channel in the NCS community, and he is biased. So, due to having a monopoly on these kinds of videos, he can pretty much say whatever he wants in these videos, and he did. This is power abuse. Imagine what this implies. If he was so confident lying about me, just think how he could have lied in other videos. I thought the video on GFA was good, but now I'm second guessing myself. What if it's also full of lies?
In the past. And at the same time, Quipple is working for M2K Records as well, a label literally led by a former doxer.
Welcome back to another round of There Is No Proof! There is no proof! Thank you so much for watching, see you in the next one! Yes, Kraken is a former doxer, but I shouldn't be relying on my own external knowledge about a drama to know this. If RedGalaxy was a good drama channel, he should have shown proof. To add insult to injury, I also want proof that Kraken is a former doxer, cause I just don't feel like it. Now, RedGalaxy likes to mention the fact that yes, I work for M2K. Brother, you are actively profiting of M2K. You are active in the Discord. You yourself do not care that the owner is a former doxer. You know who else doesn't care? Fucking NCD, who used to work for M2K until April 15th. And he didn't leave M2K because Kraken was a doxer. He left M2K because Kraken didn't want to join him in another drama. Kraken at least apologized for contributing to a doxing, which by the way, was part of the entire operation in which this happened was led by NCD. And NCD never apologized. No, he's too much of a big boy to apologize.
Anyways, from what I've said so far, you could rather make out that he's simply just a Sabiko meat rider because of how much he supports his actions.
Do I need to repeat myself? Alright, another round of where is the goddamn proof? Do you guys see it anywhere? Oh no! There is none! I don't get it. You criticize me for not adding proof to my claim, but you yourself don't add proof to yours? This smells like double standards to me. Now I can add the word to the thumbnail. Editor note. I find it absolutely baffling that these sections in which he shows no proof for his claims are after the section in which he criticizes me for showing no proof for my claim. The irony writes itself. How did he think of this? He's a genius.
And you know how Risya also commented under that post of mine. Well, Quipple's response was, you abuse your abilities as a big ranker to silence small rankers. Yeah, okay, but where's proof of that actually happening, you Sabiko meat rider?
Well, I'm glad you asked, RG. In Risya's post, the post that, in my opinion, started it all, he calls out Sapiko for wanting to dox Ren's location. Now, Risya had absolutely no stakes in this drama and purposefully, or let's say accidentally, omitted a very important detail. That wouldn't justify Sapiko's actions, but it is still very important for the context. The reason Sapiko got to this point is because Ren destroyed Sapiko's label Genesis, aka Sapiko's life project. If someone I trust then started deleting all the videos and N6 extras, you better believe I would be pissed as fuck. Do you need another example? Risya claims I tried to brainwash him, right? Here is my entire DM history with Risya. We never talked in a server. You can clearly see that I didn't tell him to cut ties with NCD. The only time I mentioned NCD in his DMs was when NCD banned me from his server due to external drama, unrelated to Risya. Judging by how confident Risya was to lie, it wouldn't surprise me if he did those kinds of things before to silence people. But no, Risya did not contribute to the community being dreadful. He is so innocent. Yes, Risya abuses his power to silence smaller rankers. I don't know why it's so hard to believe.
And about NCD leaking your name, you also mentioned that. You literally set your third alt's name as your IRL name. So just don't cry if others know about it.
I do not cry that others know about it. Yes, my name was public information for a long time. Only NCD actually knew that. Due to NCD's stupid Viva Club drama, I had an actual doxer that was trying to dox me by any means necessary on my tail. So that's why I changed the account name. NCD knew this, did he not tell you? On screen, he doesn't mention the reason why I had to change it, nor that he contributed to the reason why the doxer was after me. Not only that, not even a month later, NCD posted my real name in a server in which the doxer was, which is a big deal. This is not normal behavior. If I found out NCD's name and he wants it to be private, I wouldn't be the hypocrite and rename my Discord display name to his IRL name and post it in a server in which a doxer was in. But even so, I changed my account name 6 months ago, and NCD still uses it for internet points. Funny how you don't mention that.
You literally did that to yourself. NC has nothing to do with that.
NCD has everything to do with the fact that he, on his own will, is still spreading my name that I want to be private. That's what doxing is. Who are you trying to fool, RG?
And from the others he knows the IRL names off, they probably made them public as well, and they just pretended to do so to drag NCD's reputations down. Now, you may now think, my god, this Quippo guy is such a manipulative and two-sided person, it's actually nuts.
I am not going to make the "there is no proof" joke again. Both RG's claims that I am a manipulator and double standard have been debunked.
Why does he do all that stuff to NCD and his supporters? Well, I wish I knew. He probably has a personal problem with him or something, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, no fucking shit! Bro doxed my real name and you want me to be happy about it? Not only that, he created an entire GC full of 8 other people in an attempt to silence me. But whatever. What I do want to address, though, is an agreement I had with NCD, that since January, we will both no longer get involved in any drama. NCD agreed with that, but then NCD said fuck that, and now we are here. But apart from that, I have told NCD numerous times that he is only hurting himself with these dramas, because every time after a drama, the little bitch was coming back to me saying, "Oh, I was wrong, I hate myself, I wish I was more mature," and he gets more and more paranoid. He is to the point where he is hurting everyone around him, but mostly himself. That's why people like Silent Killer cut ties with him, without my input. I told him to stop hurting himself. He doesn't win anything from these dramas, but he didn't listen. So I gave up. And now, RG, he's hurting you with these dramas.
And before I end off the video, this is one note to Quippo directly. You're calling me NCD's loyal pet and an NCD meat rider that abuses his power, right? I just do what I think is the right thing to do. And the right thing to do is definitely not to side with people who literally send multiple death threats and doxing threats to others and or annoying others through the after like 7 hours, bash opinions on our races and manipulate others into joining fucked up servers.
Second part of this segment is nonsense. But as for the right thing to do, RG has purposely neglected proof numerous times, found excuses for shitty actions, leaked private DMs to his lord NCD, lied to his audience, manipulated his audience to think I'm a bad guy, and called Silent Killer brainwash because Silent Killer didn't agree with NCD. If that's what he means by the right thing to do, then good job, you did the right thing.
But yeah, that
Ooh, I should do something like this too. You thought that was it? Oh boy, you are wrong.
what I completely forgot to add, by the way, before I end off this video, Quippo said that I and others would abuse their powers as relatively big rankers just to try and take down Quippo. However, what I got to say is that he abuses his powers as a wiki admin and A&R and admin from M2K to brainwash and manipulate other rankers into hating NCD.
For the last time, let's play! Where is the proof? Our team of experts have examined this part of this video, and we have concluded there is no proof! Also, it just didn't happen. I didn't abuse any power ever, nor on Wiki, nor on M2K. I never timeouted, banned, or did anything that would require admin to do to anyone. If that was the case, RG wouldn't have still been in the M2K server right now. And funny that you mentioned the wiki. I told NCD the exact story on how he got banned from the wiki, and since you are talking about it, I assume he told you. You had no other way to find out about it. So, he either told you a lie, the incomplete story, or he told you the full story, how I didn't have anything to do with NCD being banned from the wiki, but you chose to manipulate it into making me sound bad. Which one is it? Side note, NCT is mad he got banned from the wiki server for outside drama, yet he banned me from Risya's server for outside drama. Double standards?
Just think about it for a second. It's just what it is. That's it. Thanks for watching. Please don't get brainwashed by Quippo and just deny his allegation towards NCD because they're just over-exaggerated shit to the max.
Here, so we can truly understand what RG meant by the last segment, I rewrote it so it's easier to understand. Please don't get brainwashed by Quipple, but please do get brainwashed by me instead. Also, just deny what Quipple said about NCD. Don't think for yourself. Believe everything I tell you without thinking for yourself. This is the exact exception, except in different words so you can truly understand what RG meant. As a conclusion, let's recap. RG has lied to the audience multiple times in an attempt to brainwash them into thinking I'm a bad guy. The thing is, the video is so bad that I do believe that it will hurt his reputation more than mine. People have already called him out for how bad the video was. People that are big in the community, so he can't rely on Risya to save his ass. Now, as a closing thought, again, I do not know if NCD helped RG make this video. But knowing NCD for a very long time, my speculation is that he told RG to make this video and he told him what to say. If that's the case, it literally proves my point that NCD doesn't see RG as a friend, he sees RG as a pawn, that he can move wherever he wants across the board. Thus manipulating him to make this video full of lies, because he didn't care what will happen to RG afterwards and how his reputation would be damaged. And to make the irony more ironic, I told RG this exact same thing, and he replied with cap. You can't make this stuff up. NCD is the one that will be hurt the least by this video, by how bad the video was. RG will be hurt the most. And here is my message to RG. I would like to see the script of the video, and confirmation if NCD was part of it or not. You are a degenerate regardless. But if NCD helped on the video, you are less of a degenerate than otherwise. This has been my response to the RG lies about me.